Hello parents, my name is Christopher Chiakulas and I'm the post-secondary counselor at John Hersey High School. This presentation was given at open house on August 27th, 2020. So in case you missed it, I wanted to record it and put it out there so that you can see what I talked about and what the post-secondary planning process looks like at Hersey. The big thing I wanted everyone to know is that it's not too early. Of course, seniors and juniors might be thinking more so about it, and parents might feel, that of course this is a time to really start making those plans. But I want to make sure that freshmen and sophomores also don't just put it off until it's too late. So typically at open house nights, a lot of questions from the upperclassmen, not so much from the lowerclassmen. So what I'm going to do is go through each grade level and kind of talk about what we focus on, what we recommend students think about as they go year to year. So the first 2 years, freshman and sophomore year, we really want students to start thinking about how they could get ready for college or their career from now. And doing that is by focusing on 5 areas, starting with academics. It's really hard to rebound from a poor GPA, from poor grades, freshman and sophomore year, later on down the road. So we really want students to get off to a good start, to get help, get tutoring, talk to their teacher, really challenge themselves also in moving up in more difficult classes if they are not being challenged, explore different types of classes, different electives that they might be interested in to see how that might affect their interest and their career path down the line. Similarly, we want them to get involved early. I know it can be difficult when we're remote to get involved, and sports have moved and clubs maybe have been canceled or put off, but there are clubs meeting virtually, there are some sports going on, there are other ways that students can get involved remotely, and it's going to help build their resume when they go to fill out college applications or scholarships down the line. Career exploration is another thing that's often overlooked by the younger students. We're not expecting any 14, 15, 16-year-old to know what they want to do with their whole life, but they can start kind of thinking, what do I like? What do I maybe not care so much about? Where are my interests? What am I good at? What am I not so strong in? And doing that along with their classes and coursework and talking to professionals. In the past, we've held career nights. We've held career treks, which are like field trips. We've had career speakers come in. In the spring, we had several career panels and other interviews, so to speak, where students can just hear from people who work in these different fields and find out what they do and see if that sounds like something they might be interested in. And if so, they can come talk to us about, hey, what classes might I take or what opportunities are available for me to explore this further. College exploration, again, freshmen and sophomores aren't going to be applying to college or need to figure anything like that out. But maybe what kind of environment do they want to be in? A bigger or smaller, closer to home, one that has more group work, one that has more hands-on opportunities, things like that. And then all through this process, doing a self-reflection. Where do I see myself? Where do I see my strengths and interests lying? Where do I see myself maybe not doing so well, and does what my goals that I have match up with my abilities, my skill sets, my passions. Junior year, we start to take that and put that a little bit more into gathering more information about it and connecting it back to those interests and abilities. So in our 2 main counseling presentations, we talk about finding the right fit, okay? So again, the college search process does not begin with what are some good schools for this major, or what are the best schools, in Illinois, or anything like that. It's about finding the fit. So students really need to think about, again, what kind of student are they? Who do they want to go to school with? Where? What may they want to study? What else is important to them? And then we help them develop a list based on what is going to be the best fit for them. And then in the spring, we come back and we say, okay, look at that list of schools that you find are a good fit. Are those schools going to think that you're a good match, for them as well? Because you could want something in a school, but if they aren't looking for what you have to offer, it's not going to be a match. We want that list of colleges to apply to senior year to be ones that students have a good chance of being admitted to. We will hopefully be able to still have various presentations throughout junior year, including our college night in November. In the spring, we tell juniors to attend college rep visits, to visit campuses, to go to fairs. Obviously, some of that might be on hold this year, but hopefully we'll be back to those things. District 214 typically hosts a big fair in March or April. This year it's scheduled for the first week in April. We'll have some form of a junior financial aid night to start thinking about paying for school. And then all juniors by law have to pass or have to take the SAT test, and that will be a school day test in April where they don't have to pay for it or sign up for it. They're just expected to go. I personally don't believe that students need to worry about taking an official ACT or ACT before spring of their junior year. But if you have questions or concerns about that, feel free to reach out to me and we can talk about it further. But everyone will take the SAT in April, regardless of their future plans, as again, it is a graduation requirement. And then senior year, we put all those things together to finalize those plans. Since the majority of our students go to college, that means filling out the college application. So we spend a lot of time helping students through the college application process in the fall, getting the final pieces of information from those college reps. When October 1st rolls around, we tell students and parents to fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. That is also a graduation requirement starting this year in Illinois. And so we want to help students access any kind of aid that they can get for school. And that also includes scholarships. So we work a lot with providing information about scholarships to seniors. And then, of course, by the end of their senior year, anything else they need help finalizing, if it's not college applications, if it's apprenticeships, getting enlisted in the military, applying for jobs and going into the workforce, we're here to help them with all of those things. As students go through all steps in the process from freshman to senior year, we really want to encourage and really emphasize that this process should be student-driven. Again, as freshmen, maybe they're a little bit timid, maybe they're not quite sure who to ask or who to reach out to, and you may need to do a little bit more pushing them and directing them where to go. But for sure by senior year, they really should be in that driver's seat, doing their own applications, reaching out to college reps, reaching out to myself or their counselor for help. Think of it as driver's ed, if you will. The student is in the driver's seat. They have the wheel, they're steering the car, they're hitting the gas or the brake. You are there next to them, supporting them, guiding them, giving them tips, but you're not driving the car for them. And this is because, again, our district's mission is to be college, career, and life ready. And we want to make sure we are helping students be college, career, and life ready by knowing how to take the initiative, how to be assertive, how to advocate for themselves when they need help. The things you can do along the way, again, as mentioned, are encourage them to explore different classes, different types of classes, explore different activities, go to different events to gain information, to maybe try different jobs or internships and see how they like them. But remember that more is not always better. So sometimes parents or students think they need to be in every club, every AP class, do every ACT and SAT prep course, be in a sport every season. That's not necessarily true. Colleges don't just look for quantity, they look for quality. Can they tell that this student is really passionate about a certain thing or certain things and have really spent a lot of time, earned leadership positions, really been dedicated and devoted to it, not just been in a lot of things just for the sake of being in a lot of things. We want them to have a good balance in their life and not feel like they have to do everything. And lastly, I say keep an open mind, meaning what we might have planned for our students, what we think they might do in terms of college or career could definitely be changed. There's careers coming up that weren't even around a couple years ago. There's different educational paths to get to certain careers that maybe you didn't think of. There's colleges that maybe are good fits for your student that weren't on your list originally, but and you maybe don't know a lot about, and it may be very stressful to send your student somewhere that you don't know or you haven't heard of. But if it's a good fit because they've gone through the process and really gotten the information, you know, it's going to work out for them in the long run. So with that said, there's a lot of places to get information, including our website. If you go to the students menu on the Hersey homepage, and you scroll down, go to the students. You see we have two main areas related to post-secondary help, the college resources and the career resources. Under the college resources, you can see we have a lot of menus broken down by grade level, by topics and things like that. So we try to keep that updated as much as possible. For really updated information, please follow us at Life After Hersey on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. That way we don't have to flood your inbox with a million emails, and we can share resources, scholarships, deadlines, events, all kinds of great information quickly. And please tell your students, if they're on these things, to follow as well. The best way to help each other and get through the process is to share information and kind of stay up to date with what's going on. And hopefully I'll add more informational videos on my YouTube page, which is probably what you're watching this on now, to also provide like a database and library of resources. So with that said, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email or phone. We also have a college and career assistant, Mrs. Knott, and she's a great help for students. She usually takes care of the college reps, the scholarships. She's great with helping students with their college essays, and she's just another person who is here to help as well. So I want to thank you so much for your time in watching this, and if there's anything I can do to help you and your student get through their post-secondary planning process, please reach out and I'll be more than willing to help. So thank you and have a great day.